Hello, in this video I'll be walking through the process of homeostasis, how our body repairs damaged blood vessels, and finally how we clean up a clot in the process called fibrinolysis. I actually made a diagram so you could have a better visualization of the mechanism where the vessel is first injured. So it has all these mechanisms that I have inside of it. Perfect. All right, so we're actually going to start off with homeostasis, which is our body's way of stopping bleeding, and it happens in 3 main steps, which will be up here. So the first step is actually going to be a vascular spasm, which is here. Okay, that's when the blood vessel is injured. That would cause the blood vessel to constrict, and that would reduce the blood flow to the area, and that would limit the blood loss. And you can see here too the narrow blood vessel inside of this picture here. Then we're actually going to move into the platelet plug formation, and you can see the little dots here. Those are going to be the platelets, and these are usually floating in our blood. So it's actually going to start sticking to the injured area, which you can see right here. And they would release chemicals that would attract even more platelets, and they will form a temporary plug to the injured site. And you can see how it's aggregating to that region right there. And then the next step, which is the third important step, would be coagulation, or as people know as clotting. Here the body would actually activate a series of proteins called the clotting factors that would lead to the conversion of the fibrinogen into fibrin, and you can see how it's looking all better in this diagram. So the fibrin would actually have strands that would form a sticky web, and that would trap the red blood cells and even more platelets, making the clot stronger and more stable. And once that is done, go over here. This is right here. Once that is done, so the bleeding should be controlled, and that's where the blood would actually start to repair the blood vessel. And you can see in the middle right here in the picture how it's looking all better and healed. And that's going to involve the endothelial cells, which will line the inside of the blood vessels, and that will start to regrow and cover the injured area. And at the same time, the smooth muscle cells would help reinforce the vessel walls. And after that is done, that's when the plasmin will go in, boop, right here. So once it's healed, we wouldn't need that clot anymore, and that's when the fibrinogen would come in. And a protein called the plasmin will come here. That will be activated, and the plasmin would break down the fibrin mesh, and it would dissolve the clot gradually. And you can see how it's forming in here and doing its mechanism. And that would allow the blood to flow normally again, and the vessel is now back to its healthy state. So basically what I just covered in this whole diagram is that the homeostasis would stop the bleeding, the repair would restore the vessel, and the fibrinolysis will clear away the clot. This whole process is important to prevent blood loss and promote healing. Thank you for watching, and I hope this whole diagram helped make this topic easier to understand.